Hey everyone, it's Lori from Scraps by Sissy. Happy Tuesday. Let me move this back just a little bit. Okay. I know last week I said I wasn't going to have a video, but as I was creating this card yesterday for my Casing Tuesday project, I thought this would be a fun one to show you how to use those masks, because I had to look it up. I didn't know how. And now that I know, I am in complete love with these masks. This is with the Enduring Beauty. So let me, I gotta look at my laptop here for just a second. How's your Tuesday going? We went from cold and rainy last weekend, well, a weekend before last, and up into the 90s. I had my craft fair. I went to participate in a local store's craft fair this past weekend. Many of you came to visit, and I appreciate that. It was hot. It was really hot. But I survived, so that's always a good thing. Saw a lot of really nice people, met a lot of new friends, and so yes, it was successful. So you can see the feet to my lights. I need a bigger workstation. So let me show you how to create this card. It's actually made in boho blue, night of navy, and there's the inside. This, like I said, is part of that Enduring Beauty bundle. It comes with stamps, dies, and these masks. And like I said, I had never played with them before and had to look it up. YouTube is our best friend. So let's play with that. Let's see, where have I got everything? I got everything right here. We're actually going to make it in purples. So, my card base is in fresh freesia, and it's cut at 4 1/4 by 11. Let's go ahead and... So, if you join me this afternoon, please be sure to say hi like Beth just did. If I don't say anything, please don't take it personally. I'm trying to pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay, so there's our envelope. My frame is going to be in Gorgeous Grape, as is the layer on the inside. I die cut these layers so that it brought the outside of the card in. It really complements it. So let's set that aside for the moment. We're going to stamp on this in Gorgeous Grape. And then even my sentiment label here is cut with the Countryside Corners dies. And basically you use the large one, set the next one down. I use some tape so that it wouldn't move, and then die cut my frame. So let me show you how to create this beautiful layered look. I'm going to use my glass mat. And if you get some reflection on there, I apologize. Oh, I need to get a marker. Hang on just a second. That's one of those tips you'll learn when you look it up on YouTube. Hang on a second. I'm just going to use one of my Stampin' Right markers, and I'll show you why in a minute. So let's stamp our flowers first. And I'm going to stamp the outline in Gorgeous Grape ink, and it works best if you kind of keep it, I thought, monochromatic. I tried using one color for the outline and 2 different colors for the inks, and I just didn't like the way it turned out. So I'm going to ink this up. I just love this stamp. It's so pretty. In fact, I wanted to show you the image in black and white. Isn't that pretty? Wouldn't that be pretty colored with watercolor pencils? Yeah. So let's go ahead and get this stamped. Make sure I got it all covered. It's a big stamp, I'll tell you that. This is our biggest block. Okay. So we're going to stamp that right here. Okay, beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead and clean this. Purple's like red. It stains the stamps, but it doesn't hurt them. Okay, so I am going to, this is the top. This flower right here, this is what I'm using as my focal point as being the top of the page. So I am going to use some tape to tape this down, like so. Now, let me get the masks out. They are numbered. I'm going to close this up, which really helps. I'm not necessarily going to go in number order, but you know me. I never follow directions completely. So this is your number 1 mask. That was over there. And they are numbered. I don't know if you can see in the upper left-hand corner. You're using this for your swat. It is beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to line this up with just the flowers. And you want them to butt up against the outline. And then I'm going to tape this down. Okay? Just like so. I saved all my pieces of tape from yesterday. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Stampin' Write marker and I am going to just draw where that little notch is. That way I know exactly where to line up the rest of the masks. Okay? Now I'm going to use Fresh Freesia, Mossy Meadow, and Lemon Lime Twist. Okay, so we're going to come in with our Fresh Freesia, and I'm just going to brush it over all of it, just like this. And I really liked the look of the light purple. Well, I should say I did it in the blues. I liked the light with the Night of Navy outline image. So we'll come in here like this. Note to self, don't start here. Start on the edges. I'll just kind of buff that out a little bit. That way you don't get any of those smoosh marks. Is that a word? Smoosh? All right. Let's get some more purple in here on this corner. Okay, now I'm going to get mask number 2, which is, those are the leaves. Did I drop it? It must be still in the case. Yep, it was still in the case. I have 2 of them here. This one I'm not going to use, being that I've already stamped the outline in purple. So, all right. This is actually number 3. See, I told you I wasn't going to go quite in order. You're going to come in, you want to make sure that's lined up. We're going to add some more tape. And we're going to use Fresh Freesia again for that second layer of color. I hope all the purple lovers out there like the way this turns out, because I sure liked it in blue. Okay, over here. And I left that first layer down. Okay. Looks like we need a little bit more on there. And you should make sure that your ink pad is fully saturated. And bring in that second layer of color. Takes a little bit of time, but the the end result is oh so worth it. Yeah, make sure you tape your mask down better than I just did. There we go. See those layers of purple? Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, let's pull this guy up. And now we're going to do the leaves. And these I just washed in the kitchen sink last night after I was done making the card in blue. So I'm going to use Mossy Meadow for the veining. And again, you just want to line this up with the image you've already got stamped. Just like that. And with the Mossy Meadow, you want to make sure you have a light hand because it's such a dark ink, it does really tend to overpower those leaves. Make sure we got some ink on here, and we'll just come over here. So now that I've played with this one, I want to make sure I get the new one that's in the annual catalog too. This was in the January through April mini catalog, and I bought it right before the catalog retired so that I could get the bundle pricing. So the bundle pricing isn't available anymore, but if you're falling in love with this set like I did, you'll want to get it anyway. I think I'm getting more ink on the, pick that up from here. Okay, let's take a look. Come on. See that? Isn't that pretty? Okay, now we'll do the last part of the leaves. Let's pull off this tape. Set that over here. See why this little image that I traced helps with lining up your plates or your masks? Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to use Lemon Lime Twist. Well, it looks like I used my clean, well, this is not gonna, I used my brand new, whoops, blending brush rather than this one for the pink. It's okay. I try and clean them after I use them. Just run them under the cold water. They're going to stain. Doesn't matter what you do. I really like the look of the Lemon Lime Twist with the Mossy Meadow. This is the longest part of the whole process, which is why I'm glad I did the die cutting on the frame ahead of time. Thought about doing it with this, but I thought, maybe not. Can't imagine doing like 30 of these. Maybe if I had time, had a couple of weeks to make them. And there it is. Is that not gorgeous? Ugh. Okay, so now let's die cut that out. Put those aside. Take our tape off. It looks even better in the purple than it did in the blue. Okay, have to use the big machine for this one. And I'm going to use that tape again. Get the big die out. And we'll line him up Just like so. There we go. Pull this tape off. I got one over here. Set him on the plate, and we'll run him through. Whoops. Now this happens. In fact, I saw somebody talk about this. Glad it happened on air, right? So when I get off, I'll just get an Allen wrench. I will drop this back in here, tighten it back up. That shows you how much I use this machine. And we will have the handle all taken care of. But of course it happens on live TV, right? Only me, right? Okay, hang on just a second. It scared Chloe. It's okay, baby girl. Okay. I guess it was a good thing so people know that that does happen. I want to take this off very carefully. Set this aside till I'm done. Now we'll assemble our card. Okay. So I'm going to use some, I think I already have it out, don't I? Yep. You know all those adhesive sheets you get in your paper pumpkin? This is one of those that came in handy. So I'm just going to add these little strips of adhesive foam, same material that our dimensionals are in. And then these are perfect. You could use the long strips, just have to trim them. These are already trimmed. There we go. I trimmed my nails last night and I feel like I'm all thumbs. Okay, here we go. Now I'll take these off. I guess I should, did I tell you the measurements of the card base? It's 4 1/4 by 11 and it's scored at 5 1/2. When I originally was designing my Casing Tuesday card, I wanted to make it on the landscape, but I didn't like the way it sat with the way those flowers are. So we made it portrait style. Okay. Take this out. I'm going to lay him just like so. Stuck to my finger. There we go. Okay. This guy we're going to add some more dimensionals to. And I want to keep the dimensionals towards the middle so that it'll just lay over the frame. I'm going to lay him just like that. Isn't that pretty? Oof. It could almost turn me into a purple girl. Almost. Stamp our sentiments. Oh, I want to stamp the envelope too. Well, let's do this first. That'll be the last thing to do. So where's my, there we go. So I have Love Endures All Things. I'm just going to stamp that right there. Okay. And then we'll add him first. I'm just going to tuck him right over here. And then we'll take this bow and add that. That was kind of a last minute addition last night. when I was creating is I had the bow sitting there, so we're just going to move this one up here. So whenever you're tying bows or using ribbon and you decide, nah, I don't really want to use that, don't throw it away. Put it in a cup, save it for later. I have a little tray on top of my ink storage that I put all that stuff in. Okay, so my bling is going to be iridescent pearls. And don't be stingy. You can add as many of these as you want. Let's see, I'm going to put one right in here. Let's put a big one down here. Okay. Isn't that pretty? I really like the purple. I know Denise is out there going, yeah, purple! Okay, so now we want to stamp that flower on the envelope and my white layer, but I want the white layer to be second generation. So rather than stamp and ink, I'm going to stamp my envelope. Come down here like that. And since it's clear, make sure the envelope's right side up. And since it's clear, I'll be able to see right where I'm stamping when I go to stamp on the inside layer. There's the envelope. And it'll come through and stamp just like that. Okay. Now, did I bring over? I did not. Let me grab the chamois that came with this. I hadn't used it in a while, so it had dried out. So this morning I had to wet it down. There, isn't that pretty? Ugh, I love this thing. Oh, we still need one more stamp. We're going to stamp this right here. Make sure that's inked up good. I got too much ink on my ink pad, but that's okay. I wanted to make sure I had enough this morning. I hadn't used Gorgeous Grape in a while. Let's make sure he's dry. Then we'll add him to the purple layer. And then, oh, we have a friend walking across. Yay. And then we'll add him. This one to the inside of the card, and we're done. You probably couldn't even see that spider going across. I don't care for spiders too much. And there is your purple version. Isn't that gorgeous? Let's clean this up so you can see everything that's going on. So there's the, oh, that's the purple. And here's the blue. So isn't that a fun card? I really like the way it turned out. All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by today. I know last week I said I wasn't going to be here, but after making this card, I knew I had to share it with you. There's not going to be a blog post for this, although you can, I will put the blog post from the Casing Tuesday project so that you can see all the dimensions and everything. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I'm going to go sit down and get this video taken care of, and then it's time to design for our stamp club on Friday. I hope you guys have a great day, a great rest of your week, and I will catch you later. Bye.